Hey, what's up, guys? Toogie here, back again with another episode of A Nation United Rock, Flag, and Eagle. And in today's episode, we finish up the 2022-2023 season. Will we be a playoff team is the question. Of course, the theme of this series has become trades, and more trades, which is certainly not how I expected this to go. But like I said, this game loves to throw me curveballs this year. Nothing ever really goes according to plan, which of course led me to last episode, where we made quite a few moves, of course. We may have overspent for some people, maybe made some moves that didn't make a whole lot of sense, maybe we should have moved for some other people. Regardless, what's done is done, and the team is what it is. With the exception of the AHL team, and we have a couple of contract offers out for some veterans that are going to try to help bolster up that team, but this is the current lineup. Kachuk, Middlestat, Besser still a thing. Larkin now with Hughes and Wallstrom. Frederick, Paling, Greenway, Farabee, Norris, and LeBanc. And of course, defensively, it's changed up significantly. Werenski, McAvoy, Hughes, Fitzgerald, Grzelcyk, and Carrick. Of course, with Ottinger still as the goaltender. Timmins down in the AHL. The defensive lines are pretty much set. Of course, we have quite a few guys now who are in junior. And offensively, they will get some help as well. We'll see how this goes. This could be a first-round playoff matchup. This could be a draft episode. I genuinely don't know. I'm intrigued to see how this goes. I just want to double-check contracts. All right, we do still have that offer up for Quinn Hughes. That's what I thought. I knew I forgot to do something, and that was it before I started recording this episode. So let's go ahead and move forward beyond trade deadline day. Of course, we'll get the answer from all of those AHL signings. Miles Wood, Blake Coleman, Ryan McInnes, and I think that's Ryan Fitzgerald as well, who has re-signed. Quinn Hughes has also signed as we lose in a shootout to the Vegas Golden Knights to begin the month of March. That now does put us into a playoff spot. We're beating Carolina on tiebreaker, so we didn't make the most of that extra game in hand, but if the season were to end today, we would be a playoff team, which is a nice thing to know. So let's go ahead and take out Miho, and we will put in Parks. Yes, Parks is the only guy. All right, so Parks into the lineup. Defensively, I believe we're still good. Is there anybody that I wanted to take out? I was tempted to take out Steeler for Wild, which is probably the right move. I mean, it's him or Benton Moss, with Moss being 24. I don't think Ryan Lindgren's going to improve at this point either. I think I'm just going to leave Wild out, and we'll see how this team does. But there we go. The AHL has some additions. Well, we're good to go. Let's see what we can do. I don't know what I'm expecting from Dylan Larkin, although Middlestat's now our leading scorer. I'm intrigued to see what happens with Dylan Larkin. When we acquired him, obviously, as you would have seen, he was our top point getter as a result. So I'm intrigued to see how this goes as we get back-to-back wins. So we have a 3-game point streak. Make it 4, and now 5. All right, a good way to start, a decent way to start this month. We do lose to the Bruins. That's the first time we've dropped both points so far, as we are good to scout wherever the hell we want. So let's go back to the good old US of A. For a little bit of time, straight and lost 3 straight. Okay, now see, that's been a sign of this team all season, it feels like. You win a couple, you lose a couple, and it just completely erases the momentum that you picked up. It's like you got to keep that going, keep that point streak going. If you lose in overtime. That kind of deal. I'm going to look to sim the next 4 games. We do beat Minnesota at the very least, and we followed it up with another win against Pittsburgh, New Jersey, and Tampa. So, Jesus, are we a streaky team or what? 4 straight wins, 3 straight losses, 4 straight wins. I don't know what to make of this club. We're at 40, 28, and 7 on the season. I always call them the Lake Erie Monsters, and I'm sorry, I know that hasn't been their name for a while, but I see the logo and I'm like, Lake Erie Monsters. The Cleveland Monsters are at 33, 36, and 6, so they will not be postseason bound, barring a miracle. As it stands, we are in 3rd place in the Metro. However, it's incredibly close. Incredibly close. We are 9 points back of both New York and Washington, the Rangers that being, because the Islanders are 1 point back of us, and the Devils are only 2 points back. Philly, we're only 5 points ahead of them. And in the Atlantic, Ottawa with 81 points, so they're relatively out of it. So it's close. Things could still go horribly wrong. But we are on pace to make the playoffs, and Cleveland will absolutely not be a playoff team. So we can cross that wish off the list. Let's focus on the main team. We have 7 games to go in the regular season, including 2 huge games against the New York Rangers that, if they lose both, could potentially cost them the division title. So let's see how this goes after, of course, we handle the scouting situation. Game 1 against the Rangers is a 4-1 win. Game 2 is a 3-2 win. So back-to-back wins. The Rangers get 1 point out of a possible 4. So that was a huge stretch of games for us. I am going to sim here, though, against the 53-win Florida Panthers. Can we keep up that point streak? We can. We just shut out the 53-win Panthers 2-0. Are you kidding me? 7 straight wins. So a 5-game point streak, including 4 straight wins, 3 losses, and now 7 straight wins. Where are we in the standings? We are on 93 points. As it stands, we're looking good to make the playoffs. We're 8 points clear of Carolina. We would have to lose all of our games, and they would have to win all of theirs. So we are going to be a playoff team, period. Now it's just a matter of seeding. As it stands, we'd be playing the Rangers in the first round with them having home ice advantage. We need to continue to win. I would like to very much avoid the Florida Panthers in the first round. We're playing the 38-win Flyers here on April 1st. It's a 3-2 shootout win. I will take that every day of the week. 3 games left this season. We're playing the 47-win Capitals. Can we get the win? 3-2! Holy hell, is this team hot right now? Good Lord. Oh my God. 9 straight wins. Can we make it an even 10 against the 39-win Hurricanes? Oh my God. 10 consecutive wins. 1 game left in the regular season. What a run of form for this team, having only lost 4 games in the past month. And, I mean, 3 of them were in regulation. This is unreal. Where are we in the standings, by the way? All right, now we are still 4 points back of Washington, so it's too little too late there. We cannot catch them. We will either be playing the Rangers or Caps in round 1. We'll be on the road, but we have secured a playoff spot. Question is, who gets that win? Who are we playing in round 1? Let's find out. This is a playoff episode. Let's go ahead and sim this game against New Jersey, and it's a 4-3 loss. I had a feeling we weren't going to be going 10-0 into the postseason, but what a run to end the regular season. We finish at 46, 29, and 7. So 2 extra losses than Washington, I should say. I couldn't think of how to phrase that. 2 more losses than Washington. As a result, they finish 4 points clear. We will be taking on the Caps in the first round. They, of course, will have home ice advantage. But there we go. We went from being a fringe playoff team to cruising to this playoff spot. Brady Tkachuk finishes the season with 63 points. He was a minus player, but he improved upon what he did last year. Now, we did score 38 goals in Pittsburgh the year before. He put up 20 this year, but I will take a new career high in points. 25 of those points were on the power play, which really makes his 38 goals from last season that much more impressive when you looked at the power play totals. Casey Middlestott was our leading scorer. A great season from him. 72 points, a career-high 32 goals, a career-high point total, 24 of those points on the power play. A great season for Mr. Middlestott. And then Brock Besser, 62 points. I suppose I can't really complain. That is a return to form based on what he did last season. Still not back up towards that 72-point echelon, with a 37-goal total. But I guess I'm okay with it. It's just so weird to me that he's turned out to be more of a playmaker when he has a shot like that. But that's how it works sometimes. But overall, I'm happy with the top line. Dylan Larkin, finishes with 64 points. So I believe he had I think he had, 53 when we acquired him? So he didn't do too bad, I suppose. 11 points in the past month or so. Maybe a little bit low, but overall, I am okay with it. Jack Hughes had a great season. 58 points in his third year, a new career high in goals and points in general. So a good season for Jack Hughes, if not a great season. And Oliver Wahlstrom, we stuck with him. 48 points, career high, 16 goals, also a career high in his sophomore season. 14 points on the power play. Ideally, we'd have somebody better, but you look at the attributes, he's certainly capable. He had a strong season. Third line, if it doesn't want to glitch out, third line, Trent Frederick with 28 points. Not bad at all for someone who we started on the fourth line. Again, the closer to 30 points, the better. So a good season for him. Ryan Poehling, not so much, but we've come to expect about 20 points from him. So he makes up for it with his defensive ability. And Jordan Greenway, 32 points. That is not a career high, but it is a return to form after only putting up 24 points last season. So a decent addition to the team. The fourth line, Joel Farabee, struggled. 17 points at a -11. We might look at scratching him for the playoffs. Josh Norris, only 13 points, but 11 goals and 2 assists, so he's turned into Brandon Peary, apparently. He's a -1. A little bit disappointed in him as well. Kevin Labanc, a bit better, though. 21 points and the -3. So I'm not going to say that Norris and Farabee are safe for this postseason. Again, though, so many things changed about this team, having to move out guys like Trouba. It was a very weird season. Zach Werenski finishes this year with 43 points, down from the 57 that he had last year. Charlie McAvoy with the 9 goals and 38 assists, good for a consecutive 47-point seasons, with the same goals, assist, and plus-minus numbers. That is incredibly weird, but a strong season there for McAvoy. Quinn Hughes, his offensive production stepped up a little bit. Ended up tying in, the same exact deal as last year in terms of point totals, but I feel like he picked up the pace a little bit once trades were made. However, he was a -12, and Casey Fitzgerald, 28 points, but a -14. So that is something we need to address. The fact that those plus-minus numbers are what they are when we won 10 straight games is insanity. Matt Grzelcyk, 8 points in 80 games. Not too great. And Connor Carrick there as well. So, I mean, the first obvious change would be that. That works. That's the first one to go with. We'll maybe take a look at the AHL lines in a moment. John Gillies, 21 appearances, 10 wins, a .917 save percentage with a .234 goals against average. Not too bad. Jake Ottinger, though, 69 appearances. Nice. 36 wins, a .913. So again, Jake Ottinger struggled this season. But if he can get it together in the playoffs, if he can get it together like he did at the end of the regular season, we have a shot. And then down in the AHL, a couple of different options that we have. I mean, in terms of point totals, I'm not really too concerned. It's just a matter of who would we want to call up if I didn't want to give Norris and Farabee the opportunity, which there's a good chance that I might not. Joel Farabee's really better in a third-line situation, but he has been overtaken. And I don't know if there's a spot for him. There's really no point to play him on the fourth line. Diminishing returns at that point. Let's see, a 46-win season for us. Somehow is only good for third in the division. We finished ninth in the NHL. Our goals for per game was at a .282, which was top 5 in the league, so our goal scoring ability is there. Only one team finished over a 3, and they were way over the mark, and that was Toronto, who won the President's Trophy. Goals against, though, at a .268. Inside, just outside the top 10. Just outside the top 10. So that's a concern. Defense and goaltending not where we needed it to be. Our power play, though, was the league's best at 24.9. Our penalty kill at 79.5 was bottom 10. So again, it's just defense and goaltending. Our Achilles heel this year, but offensively, the production is there, which seems weird given that we had some underperforming players this year. So you just never quite know how that's going to work out. Let's look league-wide really quickly before maybe making some lineup changes. I'll let you guys look at that on your own time. But Petrus Palmu up there, by the way. 79 points for Tampa. And the rookie race, it's probably going to be Nicholas Hjalmarsson. Well, there you go. Or Ruslan Zaykov. perhaps Alex Newhook was also a rookie. So there you go. Those are the stats for the season. We still have some business to attend to, though. Let's go ahead and get that official confirmation that we are playing the Washington Capitals in round 1. We know that to be fact, but I want to see it in writing, damn it. Let's get a look. Of course, the AHL team did not make the playoffs. That's an understatement. There we go. Columbus and Washington. A battle of the Patriots. And, I mean, yes, let's make 2-0 series lead jokes. Which, my God, if we end up with a 2-0 series lead, I'm going to just, oh, God. It's going to be scary. Defensively, there are some concerns, of course. We're going to try those different combinations first. If that doesn't work out for us, we have call-up options. Forward-wise, though, I'm going to drop Farabee and Norris. I'm going to look for someone who's a bit more well-rounded, defensive, grind style for the fourth line left wing and center spot. And Fitzgerald fits the bill immediately. Only 72 for faceoffs. Bertuzzi also fits the bill, although the body checking is a bit low. Miles Wood could work out. What about Adam Ernie? I like Miles Wood more. McInnes, Blake Coleman. Maybe we go with the Devils tandem? You know what? I'm going to do that. Wood's a lefty. Coleman, it wouldn't matter anyway. Let's bring in the Devils tandem of Miles Wood and Blake Coleman and see what they can do alongside Kevin LeBanc. See if maybe they can spark something and get something going for our fourth line in this postseason. So Miles Wood and Blake Coleman, 2 deadline day signings, which is weird. But Wood, Coleman, and Kevin LeBanc now make up the fourth line. And we'll see what happens from here. Anything can happen. I am, needless to say, intrigued by what we're going to be going up against in the form of the Washington Capitals. But let's find out. I don't know how to feel about this postseason matchup. I'm nervous, but I'm not too optimistic, admittedly. Let's take a look here. Okay. Top line of Nick Ritchie, Nathan MacKinnon, and Cam Atkinson. I'm sure they did well. Second line of Oliver Bjorkstrand, Nick Schmaltz, and Wayne Simmons. Schmaltz, of course, someone who I was looking at potentially acquiring. Third line, Bradley Marchand, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, and Cole Lind. Fourth line, Gabriel Velarde, Colin Wilson, and Ryan Spooner. Defensively, it's fairly well-rounded. 38-year-old Dustin Byfuglien with Rasmus Ristolainen. Second pairing is Hayden Fleury and Matthias Ekholm. Third pairing, Dennis Cholowski, a rebuilding Hockey Town legend, with Shea Theodore. The goaltenders, 284s, Jonathan Bernier and Maciej Tomek. Healthy scratches, Jean-Christophe Boudin and Shane Gersich. How do I feel about that lineup? Not any more optimistic than I was, admittedly. I'm concerned. It's a very well-rounded lineup. Outside of McKinnon, you're kind of lacking superstars, but those are the type of teams that typically do well in the playoffs, and obviously I'm worried about an 84 overall goalie tandem. McKinnon killed it. Ritchie did well. Schmaltz did well. All right. So secondary scoring was okay for them. Yeah, they didn't have anybody below 20 points. Damn, secondary scoring was really solid for them. And defensively, 4 defensemen with 20-plus points. They didn't have a major game changer in terms of point production on defense, but you don't have to when your offense is performing that well. Good Lord. Tomek with a .948 save percentage in 39 appearances, and Bernier with a .920 in 44. For the love of God, tell me that they're starting Jonathan Bernier. Because Maciej Tomek could probably sweep us. And I'm only saying that I don't know, trying to play mind games with the EA. I don't know. I am worried about this series. We were hit and miss. We still clearly have some issues with this team that can't be solved immediately. I don't know. We won 10 out of our last 11 games, though. I mean, dating back to the start of this episode, we did so incredibly well. But whether or not that translates to playoff success, time will tell. And honestly, I'm not so sure if that's going to be the case. But regardless, we are here. It is playoff time. Let's do this. First period of Game 1 here in Washington. And it's scoreless. 13 shots to 10 in the Capitals' favor. Second period, also in the Capitals' favor, is the lone goal of this game so far. It's Nathan MacKinnon, 24 shots to 22, but MacKinnon has the difference maker, getting that goal on Ottinger under 7 minutes into the second period, I should say. Right. Third period, we need somebody to step up. We have the talent, power play, and there we go. Quinn Hughes, just like that. We have tied this game up. That power play is deadly. We have a power play for Washington, though. That's killed off, and we're halfway through the third period. The next goal could very well win the game, and it's Tkachuk, but Marchand, of course. Of course. Under 2 minutes to go, and Casey Middlestop, please. Hold on this time, please. Thank you. Whew, what a third period. Oh my God. So the scoring starts in the second with Nathan MacKinnon. Hughes and Tkachuk make it 2-1. Marchand scores less than a minute later, and then with 1:50 to go in regulation, Casey Middlestat beats Jonathan Bernier, and the Columbus Blue Jackets take Game 1. That is a huge victory for us. We take Game 1 on the road. Mission accomplished as far as that goes. To at least not lose both games. Take one if you can, and we did. Jake Ottinger with a .947 save percentage. Brady Tkachuk with a 2.9. Middlestat with the game-winning goal. And surprise, surprise, the Blue Jackets have sent a little bit of a message. We are here to play. Nintendo commercial. Game 2. Let's do this. I'm feeling a little bit better, and I'm scared because I'm feeling a little bit better. Back-to-back 3-2 wins, by the way, within a week. Game 2. Game 2, and now this is where a statement would be made. Taking a game on the road to start the series, okay, congrats. Taking both games on the road, now that is a statement. Can we get the job done, though? First period of Game 2, and we get the opening goal. It's Jack Hughes this time, scoring the goal on Jonathan Bernier, who, of course, was in Game 1. 12 shots to 7 in our favor. There we go. That is the start that we needed. Can we keep up that momentum in the second period? Yes, we can. It's Jack Hughes again. 2 goals so far for the young superstar Jack Hughes. 21 shots to 17 in our favor. We're up 2-0, potentially 20 minutes away from making one hell of a statement, but that's a long 20 minutes. Let's get it underway. Oh boy, Blake Coleman, the new fourth liner, chipping in. We have a power play opportunity as well. Can we take advantage of this? Jesus Christ, how long is this power play? At the very least, they weren't able to get that much pressure. We have a 5-on-3, and there we go. You cannot give us that much power play time. Nick Schmaltz gets a goal back after the Middlestat power play goal, but it is too little, too late. You want a statement victory? You got one. What a victory for the Blue Jackets. 2 goals for Jack Hughes, Coleman, and Middlestat in the third period to put up 4 total on Jonathan Bernier. Hughes, your first star. Ottinger, your second star. 2 assists for Dylan Larkin. And really, it was the penalty trouble in that third period that prevented Washington from getting any momentum, really, including a cross-checking major to Nick Schmaltz, who later went on to score an elbowing minor on Ritchie and an interference call on Dustin Byfuglien. It was the Matt Grzelcyk hooking minor, though, that led to a power play goal for Schmaltz. But overall, a huge, huge moment as we have taken a 2-0 series lead, winning both games on the road in Washington. That is ridiculous. And you know what they say? At least you know what the older crowd says. Don Cherry's favorite quote. It might not be his favorite quote, but you're not in trouble in a series until you lose on home ice. Well, Washington just lost twice. We're going back home. We are in Columbus for Game 3. No reason, at least at the present, to make any lineup changes. So let's continue onward. Here we go. First period of Game 3. And that's not the ideal start. Oliver Wahlstrom gets the opening goal about 4.5 minutes in. But from there, a late goal for Wayne Simmons with 3:28 left. And then Brad Marchand with 52 seconds to go. The veterans give Washington the lead. And they deserved it. I'm sure you've noticed the shots. I know I have. I've just been trying not to reference it. 17 shots to 3 for the Capitals. Do you know how lucky we are to only be down by a goal? It's a Christmas miracle, so I will take it. We could certainly be in a worse situation. Second period, can we get back into the game? Yeah, it's still the same. So Nathan MacKinnon made it 3-1. Dylan Larkin gets the goal back about 10 minutes later. 3-2, 27 shots to 13. 2 goals on 13 shots. We are getting the Jonathan Bernier. We just need to stop this offensive onslaught from the Caps. Third period, we're either 20 minutes away from dropping our first game of the postseason or 20 minutes away from taking a commanding 3-0 series lead. We have a 5-on-3. You know what happens next. Casey Fitzgerald with the goal. We're all tied up at 3. We have another power play opportunity. Can we strike again? No, we cannot. Under 6 to go. Next goal could very well win this game. Are we destined for overtime? Yes, we are. So from being outshot, what was it, 16 to 3, to now the shots being 30 to 27 in their favor. Tied up at 3 on the scoreboard. We're going to overtime. A victory here would nearly be the end of the series. If Washington gets the win, though, we have a series on our hands. Let's find out what happens. Overtime challenge. I'm going to go Nick Ritchie or Jack Hughes. Let's do it. Overtime, baby. Come on. Can we get the win? Will it be a quick winner? Are we destined for double overtime? God, come on. I want this win so badly. Please. Power play for the Caps. Can we kill it off? It's an extended power play. 5-on-3. Oh my God. How long was that power play? Good Lord. We're going to double overtime. Somehow. Not sure how. We probably don't deserve to. Yet here we are. Oh my God. I have never seen a team be in that much penalty trouble in a single overtime. It's a miracle that we're going to double over T. Double over T. Hashtag double over T. Amazing. I'm sorry. I'm panicked. I'm hurried. I'm just, God. It's going to end in 5 seconds. Here comes the countdown. 1, 2, 3. It's over, and Dylan Larkin gets the winner. The Columbus Blue Jackets have a 3-0 series lead on Washington. What the hell? Say what you want about the deadline moves, but this team has something. I don't know what it is, but they have something. Oliver Wahlstrom in the first. We were down 2-1. Down 3-2. MacKinnon there with the goal. Larkin made it 3-2. Then in the third period, Casey Fitzgerald with the goal. And then in overtime, his second goal of the game, Dylan Larkin, who replaced Ryan Donato. I wasn't sure about whether or not I should trade Donato. We did. We get Larkin. He gets a 3-point game in Game 3. Oliver Wahlstrom had 4 points, so good Lord. And a 2-assist night for Zach Werenski. We survived about 18,000 minutes worth of penalties in that overtime. Look at that. Besser, hooking. Coleman, hooking. Larkin, hooking. Kachuk, hooking. EA, the hell. Just 2 minutes apart, 1 minute apart, 2 minutes apart. Like, what the hell happened? Yet somehow we get the win. What a game for Fitzgerald, by the way. No love from the 3 stars for Fitzgerald. He had a tremendous game, and we have a tremendous lead, 3-0 in this series. 11 goals in 3 games on Jonathan Bernier. That is unbelievable. Larkin has 6 points in 3 games. Wow. That's all I have to say. Moving Casey Fitzgerald to be down with Grzelcyk, I mean, it worked out there. The plus-minus is still a little bit concerning, but Hughes, wow. Hughes and Carrick have been great. McAvoy and Werenski, though, have been a little bit quiet. And that I'm concerned about. So because of that, I don't want to drop McAvoy or Werenski down to the third pairing. I'm going to go Werenski, Fitzgerald, Grzelcyk, McAvoy, the Bruins connection, Hughes, and Carrick. So it's a little bit of a risk, of course. It's a little bit insane to change something while you're winning. But that is a weak point that could allow Washington back into the series. Or perhaps I just created my own weak point, and that's going to be their way of getting back into the series. We will find out. It is Game 4 on home ice. A chance presents itself to end this series and to end it quickly. Can we get the job done? Let's find out. First period of Game 4. And that is the same start as last time, really. Hayden Fleury gets the opening goal. Charlie McAvoy ties it. Bjorkstrand, though, with 56 seconds left, gives Washington the lead yet again, 11 shots to 9 in their favor. Second period, can we battle back? Yes, we can, and it's Jack Hughes tying this game up at 2 goals apiece, 22 shots apiece for each team. Here we go. Bjorkstrand and Fleury, McAvoy, and Hughes. Third period, can we get the job done? Jack Hughes, a minute in, Kotkaniemi ties it. Jack Hughes right now is on fire. 11 and a half to go. Can we get the job done? Power play chance for the Caps. That is killed off. 5.5 to go. Next goal will win it. Is the series over, or are we going back to Washington for Game 5? We're going to have to wait until overtime to find out. I'm calling it Jack Hughes with the hat trick, or Nathan MacKinnon. Overtime, Game 4. It doesn't need to be hyped up any further. Let's just see what happens. Can we win this series? Can we get the job done? Come on. 11 minutes left in the first overtime. Power play opportunity. Power play's been deadly, but we can't get one there. Under 4 to go. Are we destined for double overtime? Of course we are. Double overtime. Everyone's favorite. Come on. Here comes the counter. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it. Oh, I thought we had it. I thought we had it when we killed off the penalty. Ryan Spooner with the goal keeps Washington alive in this series. Jack Hughes with 2 goals was the first star. Damn. I thought we had it. I really did. Marchand and Fleury on the assists. The second we killed off that penalty, I thought we were golden. And that is not the case. The Capitals are not done yet. It's now a 3-1 series lead. We're back in Washington for Game 5. What is there to hype up? Let's do this. I'm not making any lineup changes. We should be good to go. It's just a matter of giving that full 60-minute effort. Let's see if our team's up for it. First period of Game 5, and that is not an ideal start. Wayne Simmons yet again with another first period goal. He gets it with 1 minute left. They outshot us 11-8 in that period. Second period, can we get on the board? Yes, we can, but not before Nick Schmaltz made it 2-0. So Middlestat gets a goal back, but we are down 2-1. Shots are about even as we head into the third, trailing yet again. It's going to take a comeback effort here. Can we pull this off? Or am I Blake Coleman? Thank you. I was going to say, or am I going to be panicking heading into Game 6? Jack Hughes from center ice gives us the lead. We're halfway through the third period. Brady Tkachuk makes it 4. 3.5 to go. And the Columbus Blue Jackets are going to the second round. Oh my God. 4 unanswered. Middlestat, Coleman, Hughes, and Tkachuk. And we have eliminated the Washington Capitals in 5. Unbelievable. 2-point night for Schmaltz and Middlestat. 25 saves for Jake Ottinger. And that will do it for this series. We are moving on. This team just caught fire from the moment we started simming in this episode, and they haven't stopped. And I can only hope that for the next episode that continues. Only 3 points for Brady Tkachuk in those 5 games. That's okay, though, all things considered. The 4 points and a hat trick of goals for Middlestat. 1 point for Brock Besser. Needless to say, I'm still very much concerned about his future here. Second line, though, Dylan Larkin had 10 points in 5 games. Oh my God. 6 points for Hughes, including 5 goals. 7 points for Wallstrom, including 6 assists. That second line is disgusting. I love it. Third line, only 1 point for Frederick. No points for Paling. 1 point for Greenway. That second line carried us. I mean, Tkachuk and Middlestat were okay, but Besser and the third line, very much quiet. Miles Wood, 2 points, but a -3. 2 points for Coleman, but a -2. And 1 point for LeBanc, but a -2. So while we did win, there's room to change up the bottom 6. I don't think Besser will move anywhere. We just need him to get it together. I mean, although I gotta admit, maybe there is room. But that second line stays. For some reason, whatever reason, magical voodoo, they work well together. So we're keeping it. But there is room to change the other forward lines. Defensively, still Casey Fitzgerald's a -2. Werenski was okay in the first round, if not pretty good. Grzelcyk a -1. McAvoy did well. Hughes did very well, as did Carrick. So looking here, Fitzgerald and Grzelcyk, there's also room to potentially make a change, and Jake Ottinger was great with a .932. Not the highest save percentage you can see in the first round, but good enough to get the job done. That is for sure. So when talking about our alternatives, I mean, call-up-wise, giving Farabee, Fitzgerald, Ernie, Rintoul, I mean, we have options here that we could call up and put into this lineup. There is no doubt about it. Same thing defensively. A little bit weak on right-handed shots. If we were to replace Fitzgerald, I would have it be Benton Moss, which is risky, but, you know, Fitzgerald, aside from the 2 points, has been a little bit shaky, so it might be worth it. As we have seen, sometimes putting in lower overall players doesn't automatically mean that your team's going to be absolutely terrible. So, what an episode. We make it to the playoffs. Not only that, we eliminate the Washington Capitals in 5, and I pretty much know what to expect here. I'm expecting the New York Rangers in round 2. Although they are going to 7 games against New Jersey, there could be an upset here. Who's it going to be? Place your bets, New Jersey or Washington? Who do you think it's going to be? Cliffhanger. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to do that because I need to hit you with my normal outro first before I hit you with the cliffhanger. So if you enjoyed the episode, you know what you can do. It's the same thing everyone else tells you to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell like you're a goddamn hunchback. Make sure as well to check the description. Links are there for my Twitter and Twitch. Give me a follow on both of those platforms if you have not already done so. Twitter's great because you can hear me rant about random stuff. And if you're watching this episode, you love hearing me rant, so why not read me ranting? It's ranting in visual form. It's revolutionary. Granted, I guess this is visual form as well, but mainly it's audio. You're not visually seeing me rant because webcam, that is Twitch. That is a Twitch exclusive, unless I'm doing like a Tukey steak or something, which, hey, those are a thing. Yeah. So, cliffhanger, goodbye. No, I'm just kidding. Who's it going to be? Who are we playing in the next round? It is the New Jersey Devils. They pull off the upset on the Rangers. We have home ice advantage in the second round. We'll take a look at the Devils team, and then hopefully we will do to them what we did to the Capitals and dispatch them quickly and thoroughly. Until next time, I hope you have a good one. I love you all, and I will see you later.